Going viral has become a goal for many, but behind some trending videos are chilling stories that were never meant to end the way they did. In this video, we'll look at 5 real cases where influencers died while filming content, some due to dangerous stunts, others from sudden violence or tragic accidents. These stories show that even with lights, cameras, and millions of followers, no one is safe from what can go wrong in an instant. It was the night of June 8, 2025 in Las Vegas. Rodney Finley, known online as Finny the Legend, was live streaming with his wife, Tanisha, also called Bubbly, near the Bellagio Casino. The 43-year-old couple had been live for over 2 hours, casually walking, laughing, and chatting with their 4,000 subscribers. The stream showed Tanisha in a bright blue jumpsuit and Finny speaking to the camera set on a tripod near the Paris casino. Then, just before 11 p.m., a man walked into the frame. He wore a yellow and black shirt, a baseball cap, and sunglasses. Viewers instantly recognized him. 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz, a fellow streamer known as Sin City Mannywise. He and Finny had been in an ongoing online feud that had lasted over a year. As he approached, Tanisha stepped in front, trying to block him. But he moved past her quickly and raised his arm. Shots were fired. People screamed and ducked. Finny was hit several times. Tanisha, in shock, shouted and grabbed the camera. More gunshots followed. The stream ended abruptly when the device hit the ground. In footage recorded by a bystander, Tanisha was seen lying still, her lower body covered with a white sheet. Police arrived around 10:40 p.m. on the 3600 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard. Finny and Tanisha were pronounced dead at the scene. The coroner confirmed Finny had multiple wounds, and Tanisha had been struck twice in the head. Authorities labeled both deaths as intentional. Ruiz fled the scene, but less than 12 hours later, he turned himself in at a police station in Henderson. He was booked at the Clark County Detention Center and charged with 2 counts of unlawful killing involving a weapon. The feud between Finny and Ruiz was well known in the YouTube community. It began in early 2023 after an incident where Ruiz allegedly sprayed Tanisha with a substance. Though Tanisha recovered, Finny addressed the event online instead of retaliating. From there, the conflict escalated. Finny posted over 50 videos criticizing Ruiz and a local group of streamers known as the Sin City family, which Ruiz was part of. In one video, Finny even said Ruiz had sent him threatening messages. Earlier in 2025, Finny filed a harassment complaint. Just hours before the shooting, Ruiz posted a video where he seemed to be tracking Finny through Las Vegas. In it, he said he was looking for his biggest fan and made several unsettling comments, including, "Wherever you go, I will be there." Authorities believe Ruiz located Finny by watching his live stream. Witnesses later confirmed that Ruiz pulled a firearm from his waistband and fired 5 or 6 shots. When Tanisha reached for the streaming phone, he reportedly fired again. Afterward, Ruiz deleted many of his videos, but some clips survived through Finny's streams where he had discussed them. Finny was remembered as more than a streamer. His friend Derek Ware described him as a father, grandfather, and someone who cared deeply about others. Tanisha, often seen with Finny on stream, was known for her vibrant personality. Her nickname, Bubbly, fit her perfectly. The conflict between the two men had grown over time. Finny often criticized Ruiz's content, sometimes allowing guests to join in. Ruiz also allegedly used copyright strikes to try to remove Finny's videos. Despite this, Finny welcomed different voices on his platform. Ware said Ruiz could have appeared on Finny's stream to explain himself, but never did. After the deaths, Ware was stunned. In court, Ruiz claimed self-defense, saying he thought Finny and Tanisha were reaching for weapons. His request for bail was denied, and he remains in custody. It was just after midnight on November 18, 2024, in João Pessoa, a city in northern Brazil. 24-year-old Amanda dos Santos Barbosa had just left a party with friends. The night had been filled with dancing, laughter, and music, exactly the kind of moments she often shared with her thousands of social media followers. Amanda was well known online for her bold personality and high-energy videos. She also owned an eyelash business and had recently opened a new location back in March. As they drove through the Bancarios neighborhood, Amanda was filming content for Instagram and TikTok. She climbed halfway out of the SUV sunroof, wearing heels, smiling and waving her phone as she recorded herself. Her friends laughed and filmed from inside the vehicle. Minutes later, things took a terrible turn. Surveillance footage captured Amanda sitting on the roof of the moving SUV. 2 friends were also standing up through the sunroof. The road was dark and active with traffic. Suddenly, the car braked. Amanda lost her balance, slid off the side, and hit the pavement. What followed was even worse. A black car waiting to turn onto the road began to move forward. The driver didn't see Amanda lying on the ground until it was too late. The car struck her. Multiple cameras recorded the entire scene. Amanda lay motionless as bystanders rushed to help. Someone nearby filmed others trying to assist her. She was unconscious and people tried to keep traffic from getting too close. Emergency responders arrived quickly and took Amanda to the emergency and trauma hospital in João Pessoa, but her injuries were too severe. Doctors could not save her. She was pronounced dead later that morning. The two young women who had been in the SUV with Amanda were taken to the civil police station to give statements. One of them, who owned the vehicle, claimed she had not been speeding, but Amanda's family still had concerns. Her aunt, Sandra Cabral, spoke to the press asking for a full investigation. She wanted to know how fast the car was going, where Amanda had been positioned, and what led to the fall. Amanda's stepfather later confirmed that her organs had been donated. Her mother also gave an emotional interview, saying she had begged Amanda not to go out that night, but she didn't listen. Not long after Amanda's passing, a voice message she had sent through WhatsApp surfaced. In it, she spoke casually about dancing on moving cars, saying she danced on the roof, threw herself onto the window, wherever she felt like it. She added that if she fell, it was okay. She'd go to the hospital and come back. But this time, she didn't come back. Police, led by investigator Getulio Machado, launched a formal investigation the same day. Footage from nearby businesses and the party venue was collected. Authorities also re-interviewed witnesses to clarify their stories. They were still analyzing the evidence and had not yet determined if anyone might be responsible or if any traffic laws were broken. Amanda's social media content became part of the case. One video showed her smiling through the sunroof, music blasting in the background. It was her final post. Just weeks earlier, two other Brazilian influencers, Aline Tamara Moreira de Amorim and Beatriz Tavares da Silva Faria, lost their lives after a party boat sank near São Paulo. Police said the boat was overcrowded and the two had declined to wear life jackets. These incidents sparked debate in Brazil about the risks some influencers take for online attention. Amanda had fans, a growing business, and a strong presence online. Her family described her as a loving, lively person who always told her relatives she loved them. The bright lights, music, and videos stopped that night in João Pessoa. Amanda's story ended at an intersection, but her case remains open. Authorities are still trying to understand what truly happened. It was May 13, 2025, in Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico. Valeria Marquez, a 23-year-old model, entrepreneur, and social media influencer, was live streaming from inside her beauty salon, Blossom the Beauty Lounge. She had over 100,000 TikTok followers who regularly tuned in to watch her share beauty tips, fashion advice, and updates from her glamorous lifestyle. But something was different that day. Valeria appeared tense. At one point during the stream, she quietly expressed her concern, saying she was worried. Maybe someone had intended to harm her. Her viewers could sense she wasn't joking. Earlier, two men had visited the salon. One wore a mask and claimed to be a delivery driver. They said they had an expensive gift for her, but when asked to leave it behind, they refused, saying they'd return later. When Valeria learned about the visit, she brought it up during the live stream, openly questioning the men's intentions. She wondered aloud if they had planned to take her away or do something worse. Her unease was evident, and she remained unsure of who the men were or why they had come. Valeria wasn't just an influencer. She had started modeling at 16 and worked with brands like Vicio Vanidade. In 2021, she won a local beauty pageant called Miss Rostro, which helped grow her online presence. Her content featured private jets, yachts, luxury shops, and travel. But she also spoke about her past. In one video, she admitted that she used to spend time with dangerous people, but had since changed her life. She had worked hard to build a new image and opened her own salon in Zapopan. But that didn't protect her. During the stream, after expressing her concern, someone off-camera called out to Valeria. She responded with a quiet, "Yes?" A man then handed her a Starbucks coffee and a small pink stuffed animal. She smiled, referring to it as a piglet. For a brief moment, everything felt normal again. Then suddenly, the masked man pulled out a firearm and shot her in the chest and head. Valeria collapsed. The stream was still running. Viewers saw the scene unfold in real time. A person, possibly an employee, turned off the phone. Valeria died at the scene before paramedics arrived. Authorities later said the two men had come back on motorcycles. One entered and asked for Valeria by name. The other waited outside. They fled before police got there. Officials said the attacker didn't seem to know Valeria personally. It looked like he had been hired. Local media speculated that her death might be connected to her past. Some reports claim she had previously been involved with a man known as Double R, a key figure in the Jalisco New Generation cartel, which has strong ties to the area. Despite its wealthy appearance, Zapopan is deeply connected to organized crime. Valeria wasn't the only one targeted that day. Just 2 kilometers away, former Congressman Luis Armando Córdoba Diaz was also killed in a shopping mall by men on motorcycles. Authorities are still investigating if the two incidents were related. After Valeria's death, her TikTok was deleted, and her Instagram, with over 223,000 followers, became a place for tributes. Flowers were left outside her salon. The windows were dark, and her once bright name sign now sat in silence. President Claudia Sheinbaum offered condolences and promised to identify those responsible. The case is being investigated as a gender-based crime, which in Mexico is treated under special legal protocols. In 2024 alone, there were more than 800 reported cases of such violence. Many more likely went unreported. Though Valeria had hinted in past messages that someone from her past could harm her, authorities found no official complaints or records from her. The mayor confirmed she never asked for protection. The case is still open. No suspects have been arrested. Surveillance footage and social media activity are being reviewed. Valeria was later buried in Jalisco, but even her grave was vandalized. Her death gained wide attention not just because of how it happened, but because it showed how public figures, even successful, visible women, are not always safe. In places like Zapopan, danger can hide behind even the most polished image. And for Valeria Marquez, what began as a normal live stream turned out to be her last. It was May 24, 2025, in Taiwan. Guava Shui Shui, a 24-year-old creator also known as Guava Beauty, had been building a steady following online. Her Instagram had over 12,000 followers, and she was known for a mix of beauty tutorials and eating videos, but with a twist. Her unique approach combined makeup and mukbang, a combination that caught people's attention. In her videos, Shui Shui would apply blush, lip gloss, or other products, then taste them. She'd sometimes scoop out jelly blush with a fork and take a bite, reacting with a sour expression. Her catchphrase became popular: "If you dare recommend it, I dare to eat it." She always included warnings that the products weren't safe to eat and told viewers that kids under 6 shouldn't watch. Still, it caused concern. One video from late 2024 showed her applying jelly blush before eating a piece of it. She visibly disliked the taste. In another, she licked a lip gloss applicator and quickly fanned her face, reacting strongly to the flavor. Her reactions were honest, and her followers appreciated that, but not everyone was amused. Some viewers grew concerned about the message her videos might convey. One commenter noted that while accidentally ingesting a bit of lipstick was understandable, the content seemed to promote unsafe behavior. Another warned that it was still dangerous and urged caution. In response, Shui Shui began including more disclaimers in her posts, clearly stating that her videos were meant for entertainment purposes only, and that cosmetic products should never be consumed. Despite the criticism, her videos continued to gain attention. People shared them widely. Her mix of humor, boldness, and originality helped her stand out. She never pretended the products tasted good. She reacted honestly, which made her relatable. But everything changed on May 24, 2025. A post appeared on her Instagram. It was written by her family. Translated from Chinese, it said that Guava Shui Shui had passed away due to a sudden illness. The caption thanked everyone who had supported her and included a short video of her waving goodbye. Her profile bio was also updated to say, "Logging out from the world, setting off on a new journey. All business collaborations are suspended." The announcement shocked her fans. Thousands of followers were stunned. Some refused to believe it. Many left messages filled with grief and confusion. The exact cause of death was not confirmed, but people began to speculate. Some believed her death was linked to the makeup she had tasted in her videos. The most popular theory online was poisoning. Others believed it might have been a medical emergency, like heart complications. But none of these theories were confirmed. Just before news of her passing became public, a close friend posted on Instagram to stop the rumors. The translated message explained that doctors found no link between Shui Shui's health and the cosmetic products she had tasted. The friend added that Shui Shui was always careful with her content and that the speculation had deeply hurt her grieving family and friends. Despite the clarifications, rumors persisted. Some criticized mukbang culture, while others blamed social media pressure for pushing creators like Shui Shui to take risks. Experts had already warned about the health and mental dangers of extreme food content, which had been linked to the deaths of several young creators. Guava Shui Shui never encouraged anyone to eat makeup. She posted warnings and age restrictions. She was clear that her videos were not to be copied, but her visual style raised questions about how entertainment affects audiences and how far creators go to stand out. Her passing left a hole in a space she helped shape. Her content was strange, bold, and creative. But behind the fun, she always tried to be responsible. She's gone now. And while her fans continue to post messages and share memories, the full story of what happened may never be known. It was January 13, 2024, in the Kaiu district of Hawaii's Big Island. Just the day before, Carson Philbin had turned 24. He had traveled from Charlotte, North Carolina, to celebrate his birthday and spend time in a place he deeply loved. His grandparents lived nearby, and over the years, this island had become a second home. Carson wasn't just visiting Hawaii for fun. He was a filmmaker, a content creator on YouTube, and someone who thrived on adventure. His social media showed a life full of energy and ambition. Just weeks before, he shared a post about hiking 34 miles while carrying a heavy gear bag, captioned, "The cameraman never dies." In another, he reflected on the past year and said that 2024 was going to be even better. But just 24 hours after his birthday, Carson was gone. That Saturday morning, Carson and 3 friends, 2 men and 1 woman, headed to South Point, the southernmost tip of the island. The area is known for its cliffs and deep blue water, and also for being dangerous. Locals call it the Hoist, a cliff-jumping site that has taken at least 5 lives in 6 years. Authorities often warn visitors about the risky ocean conditions. Carson was known to take risks. He had skydived, climbed bridges, hiked remote areas, and traveled the world for his work. He had a tattoo on his hand that read, "Why not?" a phrase that summed up how he lived. At around 11:20 a.m., Carson and his friends climbed to the edge of the cliff and jumped into the water. But things quickly went wrong. The ocean looked calm from above, but turned rough the moment they hit the water. All 4 swimmers began to struggle. Waves crashed, and strong currents pulled them away. Nearby fishermen saw the group in trouble and jumped in to help. 3 of them made it back to shore. Carson did not. A witness spotted him about 75 yards from the cliff, still trying to stay afloat. Moments later, he disappeared beneath the surface. Emergency crews, including the Hawaii Fire Department, joined locals in the search. Divers combed the area. Eventually, Carson's body was found and taken to Hilo Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Authorities later confirmed he lost his life due to drowning. There were no signs of a medical condition, just a tragic accident in a powerful ocean. Back home in Charlotte, the news was difficult to believe. Many friends had just talked to him. They had followed his travels online, watched his videos, and seen someone full of life. 11 of Carson's close friends gathered to remember him. They spoke with a reporter who had once interviewed Carson. They didn't just grieve, they shared stories, trying to hold on to who he was. Friends described him as adventurous, kind, and dependable. Ethan Kim shared that Carson had changed his life, while Elliot Schultz mentioned his tattoo, saying he truly lived by the phrase, "Why not?" Carson had always been in motion. He ran marathons, once finishing in under 2 hours and 49 minutes. Even when sick in high school, he pushed through a race, saying he had to finish it, even if he had to walk the whole way. As a teenager, his curiosity sometimes got the better of him. He once almost started a fire trying to recreate a spark effect for a camera. Another time, he snuck into a downtown building for rooftop photos. But those moments reflected his drive to create and explore. He studied at the Savannah College of Art and Design, majoring in social strategy. In 2021, he worked for a track-focused media brand, even attending the U.S. Olympic trials in Oregon. By 2023, he was executive producing for a YouTube channel that gained over 30 million views in a few months, taking him to places like Morocco, Japan, and the Netherlands. But beyond the career, Carson made people feel seen. Just weeks before his death at a family reunion, he spent the night with his 7-year-old cousin Griffin, who thought of him as a star. Online friends, too, mourned deeply. One said Carson was his best friend. On his last night, he shared pizza, cake, and games with loved ones. He was excited to show them more of Hawaii the next day. But the weekend turned into a final goodbye. In the days that followed, family and friends honored him in different ways. Some got tattoos, designs Carson had created. His grandmother even chose the words on his hand. Why not? Carson lived fast, fully, and with purpose. His time was short, but he made every moment count, and he left behind stories that won't be forgotten.